A new challenger rises. This is really cool. Like, this is a twist I didn't expect the mod to go in. I like this. Hello, Terraria enthusiasts. My name is James, and welcome back to Chippy's Couch. So today, we're back for another round of Terraria Elements Awoken. And I've been seeing that a lot of you have been quite nostalgic as of late. Many of you have been with the channel for a couple of years now, and I saw that the old intro is getting requested more and more. So I thought, you know what, it's a Saturday, it's a weekend, I'd be good and let you all enjoy it one last time. I like to think that there are a couple of new people that have never heard that intro before and have no idea what words I just muttered. Because you know what? That's what it was like for many years. I had that intro and not a single person heard it the first time and went, yeah, he's saying the word enthusiast. Because I don't know why I decided to go with that combination of words, because quite clearly I can barely pronounce it. But you know what? I've been pronouncing Terraria wrong all of these years. It's like it even matters, right? Well, hey, like I said, it's a weekend. Welcome on in. So I'm really excited for today's episode. Today's episode should hopefully contain a brand new modded boss called Infernus. And that is why we had to do so much rushing around yesterday so that we could get to this point. And with this boss comes a new progression route for armor and I believe some weapons as well. So it should be pretty action-packed. I'm very much looking forward to it. Today's episode, it might end up being a little bit shorter. I don't have as much time on the weekends to really film these episodes. That's why I'm so inconsistent on a weekend and so good during the week. But it is what it is. So we're starting today's episode off with the rematch against Queen Bee. I saw a lot of you theorizing that maybe I staged the fight yesterday with the two Queen Bees. I legitimately didn't. I'm not that clever. I actually did think that this area didn't have a lava in it. So apparently, according to you guys, and I didn't know this, but on the mini-map, it's a slightly different color where the lava is. But all I could see was, well, I couldn't really see anything in here. And I thought, well, if I can't see it, it's definitely not there. So it was actually just me being inexperienced. It turned into a pretty funny moment, but a lot of you were doubters, I have to say. A lot of you were very worried that I actually knew it was there and I was like setting it all up. I don't really do that, it's not my thing, but I could see why you would think it, considering I should know that by now, but I legitimately don't. Who have you been watching for the past couple of weeks? This is me! Right, anyway. It did make me laugh though, I wasn't offended. I don't want you to think I was actually, you know, I like it when people say stuff like that. I'm a big fan of the theories around here. We've had a couple of theories in the past, and a lot of them have been pretty good. I did enjoy them. Oh, and there was another thing. So yesterday, I ended up chesting my life crystals. Didn't even realize, right? A couple of hours after the video posted, and I saw everybody had commented about it. That's when I realized. So even now, I forgot to get them out the chest. So they're just in there. They're having a chill time. So with Queen Bee, this should be pretty chill now that we only have one of them. Yesterday, it wasn't too bad. I actually legitimately thought there was a point where we could have got it done. But as it doubled up, I was so overwhelmed. And it's funny because I was watching Badger earlier today on Twitch. And Badger, if you don't know, is a Terraria speedrunner. And he's really awesome. I really enjoy Badger's stuff. But he was fighting the Queen Bee and he said, oh, this is like the hardest part of the run is Queen Bee. And I have to agree. Queen Bee is tough. In his own words, he was like, yeah, that's why she's called the Queen. She's a tough boss. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I've struggled with this boss for so many years, and it's one of those ones where I can do pretty much any boss now because of just like years of practice. Queen Bee fam, nah, it just doesn't work for me. I'm just so I don't know, just so hard to deal with it. And even right now, with pretty good armor and a pretty great weapon, I'm still taking like quite a considerable amount of damage, and it could always go pretty wrong. But Queen Bee is an interesting fight. I do actually really enjoy it. The only thing I don't like about Queen Bee is that you're kind of forced to make a slightly bigger arena than your hive usually allows. I feel like you have to be really good to just fight it in a small beehive. Like, you do see it happen, but I don't know, it's not me. It's definitely not me. Alright, well, the fight's going great. So today, I had actually a pretty great morning. It was pretty good. I woke up and I was so motivated. I was like, right, it's time to clean my office. So I was scrubbing everything down and just making sure, you know, everything was nice and tidied away. And I looked at my keyboard and I was like, Hey, do you know what? I haven't wiped my keyboard in a little while. I should probably do that, because when you think about it, a keyboard's pretty gross, right? Let's just be real about that. Just a lot of germs, a lot of like, oh, it's just gross, right, to think about. And I ended up wiping it all down, and then now my number pad doesn't work, so I feel like I've broken it. So the productive morning, kind of like, it derailed, let's just say that. It derailed. I was looking into some house stuff today. As many of you know, I want to try and buy a house at the end of the year. This is why I can't buy the Domino's, the Domino's Rolex, boys. That's the sole reason, all right? But I did a little bit of that today. Me and Courtney went out and got some lunch. It was lovely. It's been a great day, honestly. All right, well, that's Queen Bee done. So let's open this up. And inside, we have beeswax, bee nades, and just a usual amount of stuff. And we've also got a bee gun. And I'm kind of tempted to use this because I don't feel like I've actually legitimately used a bee gun in so long. So let's give it a bit of a reforge. Let's see if we can make it a little bit better. I am wasting a lot of money doing this, so I don't know if it's really worth it. It's quite an expensive item to reforge when you think about it. So let's have a little look then. Is this a material? It's not. I was kind of hoping it would be. Hive pack isn't. For some reason, I just assumed that it would be. Well, let's have a little look at beeswax. So my assumption is this is probably, yeah, it's weapons out. So this is a combination of wax, spores, vines, and stingers. 43 melee damage. Right click to dash through enemies. Dash increases armor penetration by 12. So I should talk about this real quick. So this weapon here, the pointy capacitor, is actually part of weapons out. This is thanks to you guys. You guys pointed this out. I had no idea. I've never actually crafted anything with weapons out. And I have to say, in terms of progression, it really did tie in very well with this. Like, I thought in my head that these two were from the same mod because the damage is nicely aligned. So I will say this, well done weapons out, because I legitimately think it's a cool weapon, and I'm actually really glad I made it. A lot of people are recommending weapons out Lite after seeing that I made this. But I'm actually really pleased. I'm gonna keep it and see how we get on with it. Right, so let's dump some stuff away. I don't think I'm going to be needing much of this. I guess I'll take this off for a little bit and dump this away. I don't really have the best accessories right now. I should really be making better ones, but I just want to try and find modded content to mess around with. I also found the unconscious man, so I got this, but we won't be doing that today. So what I'm going to be grabbing is my life crystals, because I dumped them both in here like a moron. So I now have 400 health. So what we're going to be doing is actually heading down to hell. Now I wanted to check, do I have, and I don't, any obsidian potions? I have none. We've got nothing. Alright, well that's fine. So I ended up building this elevator a couple of episodes ago. And the reason is we need to go to hell to get all of the new items. So I believe how it works is there's going to be some new enemies that are going to be spawning in hell because we defeated Skeletron. Like, hell is now enraged. And then those enemies will give certain crafting stuff, like some kind of essence or some kind of fragment. And then those fragments just go on to make all of the new stuff. So that pretty much sums it up. Although this area is awful. It's really bad. I need to make a clear path to hell. So something really cool today I saw on Twitter. As you guys know, I love the Yogscast, and every year I go to their offices for Jingle Jam. I grew up a really big fan of them, like a massive fan, to the point where I used to have all of these videos that were like very clearly inspired by them on my channel, like many years ago, many years ago. And I saw on Twitter today that Twitch has actually paid and displayed a Yogscast advert in Times Square. And you all know I love New York, and you all know that I think Times Square is it's really cool because I've posted like a million photos about it. Times Square itself is not actually that cool, I'm going to be real with you, but to look at, it's pretty amazing. And the significance of having a billboard in Times Square, it's a big deal. Like, it is kind of crazy. And I just wanted to say congratulations to them on that because, wow, what an accomplishment. I love it. And I love that Twitch is doing that as well. I know that maybe in your head you might be thinking, well, it'd be great if YouTube did that too. YouTube actually do Times Square displays all of the time. Like, I've only been to New York twice, But every time I've ever been to Times Square, I've seen a YouTuber. YouTuber love Times Square adverts. So it's kind of Twitch playing catch up here. But I think it's ace. I think it's so cool. Like, for me, that would be a lifetime achievement. To have my, like, face on a big billboard. But, I don't know. I don't really show my face very often, right? So what would it be? What would it be? Would it be a picture of the cloth ear? Yeah, I think so. I'd be alright with that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be the billboard that I'd want to see. Maybe me slinging out a yo-yo. Oh, that'd be pretty chill. I should have a professional photo shoot done and just use yo-yos in them. That seems like it would fit me really well. What I'm really hoping for is a couple new enemies here. I'm feeling like the mod is kind of it's holding back its content right now. I've seen some comments though that says there's going to be more content in hard mode. That's where the mod like really begins to show what it's got. So that's what I'm really holding off for at the minute. Like, I'm in it for the content, but I knew going into this it would be a smaller mod. So it's not like I'm disappointed or anything. But that's why I'm trying to make sure that we get to all the good stuff. You know, I don't want it to be I want this to be a modded series rather than a kind of like pseudo vanilla one. But then again, Fargo's mutant mod was kind of a pseudo vanilla mod, and I really enjoyed that. But with this, I do want something a little bit different from that. Okay, so I haven't seen the essence yet, but I haven't really killed any enemies. So hopefully they start spawning in quick. But what I'm doing now is I'm breaking all of the pots because this is going to give me a decent shot at actually getting some obsidian potions. Now, I could go ahead and make them, but I'm not gonna because I would rather get them for free. But I was laughing earlier on Reddit. There was a bit of a meme going on about all of the herbs acting differently. And if you guys didn't know this, the herb in hell, Fire Blossom, is so strange. Like, it only actually activates during certain parts of the day, which is pretty bizarre, I have to say. All right, here's a new enemy, a fire elemental, and it dropped fire essence. And I think fire essence is what we're looking for here. So I'm just going to pull into one of these houses and have a little look. Okay, so fire essence. I love that a lot of modded items are kind of animated. Okay, so here's what it makes. It makes some new armor called the Fire Demon set. That sounds pretty interesting. There's a new bow. There's a new mage weapon. So all of it seems to basically be based on the essence and also Hellstone. So that's got to be a big priority today. Getting the fire essence and also getting the Hellstone. All right, so I died. That's all right. But basically, for the past couple minutes, I've just been trying to get as much essence as possible. It's not like I've got like a million of it yet, but I do feel like we're like on the path towards, well, you know, getting a good amount. So let's have a little check-in. So I currently have, because we've got a lot of new items here, and I don't exactly know what they all do, so we're going to go through it real quick. So an imp ear, let's find out what this makes. So this will make you havoc potions, which increases spawn rates by 3% for 3 minutes. That's actually alright. It's a piece of hellstone, some powder from some corrupt mushrooms, and a battle potion. Is it just me, or is this cloud, like, really black? Do they really have black clouds in Terraria like that? Boy, it's gonna rain. That does not look good. They also have an impish warhorn, 22 magic damage, inflicts impish curse, which makes you deal more damage to that enemy. So it is a couple of hellstone bars and 3 imp ears. That's cool. I don't know why, but this reminds me of classic RuneScape for some reason. I don't know what it is. Is there an item called imp ears in that game? There probably isn't. I don't know why it's giving me those vibes. So we also got some fiery ashes. So Chaos Flame Flask inflicts fire damage on attack, grants immunity to fire blocks. So that's pretty good, actually. Jump speed increased by 200%, and crit chance increased by 5%. So this seems like a pretty decent item, considering... Actually, do you know what? I wonder where you get this from, because this could be really good. So I thought, considering we're going to need a lot of hellstone bars for the armor and also the weapons, and of course, summoning the boss, I thought it might be a pretty good time to grab like a whole bunch of obsidian. I actually do need to make obsidian skin potions. I didn't find any naturally. So I found this little pool of lava, and I'm going to use this as my little catalyst for obsidian making. It's kind of funny, right? Because back in the day, I had a whole bunch of Terraria videos on Chippy Gaming, right? And after a couple of years, I was like, these are really bad. They all need to go onto private, right? So everybody thinks that my channel started with a guide to make obsidian in Terraria, and people reference it all the time to me. They're like, yeah, I've been watching Chippy since he taught me how to make obsidian. No, you didn't. You did not watch that video. Look, it's fine, okay? We all want to be OGs, but only a few real people, they're the OGs, alright? But no, I am kidding. But it is funny, though, because people do talk about it all the time, like, wow, what a really strange video to start with. How to make obsidian? It's like, no, I didn't start with that. It was just the first video that I actually liked, that I kept unprivate. Do you know what I mean? Alright, so let's let this water drop down. I don't make obsidian anymore. I just let it make itself. I'm just going to be real with you. Back in the day, you would find anything to do in Terraria because you didn't really know anything. And I remember making that tutorial like a couple of days after Terraria came out. And it just seemed like the coolest thing. Like, yeah, I'm going to teach people how to make obsidian. I think as well because Terraria used to be compared to Minecraft a lot. I mean, it still is, really. So making obsidian was like a big thing in Minecraft, you know. I was like, well, it's going to be a big thing in Terraria. Yeah, turns out, not so much. I'm pretty sure I also have a video on how to survive hell, which is pretty funny looking back because hell is so different now than what it used to be. It's a lot, like, easier now, I would say. Back in the day, before you could really move around a lot, it was kind of hard, you know. When Terraria first came out, we didn't have potions or anything like that, so you had to navigate, not get burned, and do a whole bunch of stuff all at once. And it was a simpler time, let's just say that. Hey, look at that. The Hell Batwing. That's the accessory that I thought sounded amazing. I wonder if it's crucial for defeating this boss. Like, I wonder if you need this really good jump speed, and that's why they've included it. So right now, I'm just building out a platform so that I've got some kind of area to fight the boss and get a good feel for it. I don't exactly know if it's going to be today that we win, but I am going to give it a good go and just see, you know, everything that it's about. And then from there, I can prepare and just, you know, fight it accordingly, right? So now that this bridge is built, I'm going to build this a little bit longer. We're going to head back home. I've already got my hellstone. And we're going to do, like, a whole bunch of crafting, right? Going to get new armor, new weapons. And I'm excited to see what we'll come up with. It should be pretty interesting. So let's make, like, just a whole bunch of hellstone. Like, how much can we make? 179 bars. Yeah, alright. That's pretty sick. Okay, so let's take a little look at the new stuff that we can make. So I do know that this is the next armor set. Fire Demons. Kind of crazy that this is a donator armor set. Considering it's the second armor in the mod, and it's for a donator, I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, donations are great in reality because it just pushes a mod along. Like, it's a really good thing. I quite like this. But it's just random to see. Alright, well, let's see what it does. It is a minion set. Ah, okay. Well, shout out to Super Baseball 101 because this is what it is. So it has 21 defense, and it gives you a resprited demon. Kind of cool. I actually really like the colors on this. It looks pretty good. So in comparison, 23, 21, but it is of course summoner, so it is going to be lower. That's really interesting. So the set bonus is it summons a demon to destroy your foes. All right, okay, pretty cool. Well, let's see what new weapons we can make. So let me head over to here. So I might not be able to point them out straight away. Just give me a little minute and I'll figure it out. So considering this is a summoner's set, we probably should make some form of summoner weapon, really. But now I'm wondering if we don't have enough essence. So let me take out some essence. And let me do it my old-fashioned way. Everybody tells me whenever I'm, like, crafting, they're like, hey, if you push this button, it will show you everything. And I wish I remember it, but I don't. Oh. Oh, I just remembered it. Okay, so this is a new armor set. However, we weren't meant to craft that. We were meant to craft this. The Forge set. So what does this do? This is a melee set. But this is the one I had in mind But now I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe. I guess it kind of depends on what summoning weapon I can make. Can we make something that's maybe powerful enough? Maybe. Okay, well, let's have a little look. So there is a bunch of stuff here. So that's a melee weapon, ranged, melee, summon. Okay, this is it. The Fire Spirit Scepter. 27 summon damage. Summons a fire spirit to serve you. Ooh, it's kind of interesting. So I just did a little bit of farming and I upgraded our boots to the fire treads. I did talk about this, but my voice broke again. So I feel like I just need to wrap this up and go grab a hot drink. So with that being said, we now have these new boots that grant immunity to lava blocks, which is going to be pretty cool. So it's kind of like a obsidian potion, I guess, in a way. I don't know if it works all the time or it's just every now and again. We're going to find out either way. So I also need to make a fire core. This is what allows us to summon in the boss. And then I also need to make a... what was it called? A scepter? A fire scepter? Bam. Fire spirit scepter. Okay, cool. Right, so this is 27 summon damage. This one that I made is 25. I've also got a bewitching table now so that I can get that extra buff. And with that, we should be good to go. I feel like I'm pretty confident about this. Well, I say that, but I'm as confident as you can be, considering I don't actually know what it's going to be. But that's what makes it even more interesting. So I'll probably use a combination of the summons that I've got. I'll also be using the bee gun as well, because, you know, we did get that, so we may as well use it. And I'm just really hoping that it goes well. Alright, Infernus. I'm excited to see what you are. What are you? And where are you? Oh, you're here. Ah, this looks kind of different. I'm pretty sure I saw a photo of it a while ago. And yeah, it looked a lot different. I need my my summons to do more for me because I just remembered that I didn't actually bring in a mana regen potion. So my plan of being like, well, I'm just going to use the bee gun, that's not necessarily going to work anymore. What would work in my favor is if we had like additional enemies to kill, because chances are they would probably drop some kind of, you know, replenishment for my mana. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably end up using whatever mana I can use, but then I'll also just try and dodge, because at the end of the day, the summoned weapons should do the job. I mean, this thing kind of teleports around a little randomly, so I don't know. Alright, so weird jump cut. I'm actually going to be doing the fight again. Because I didn't have that mana regen, we didn't really last very long. I was kind of more focused on the fact that I couldn't really shoot or do anything extra. So I thought rather than give you a lazy attempt, I would do it again. So I just had to go down to hell and get a little bit more essence. So let me dump that in there. Let's make another core. And then we'll give this another go. And hopefully we will do a lot better. I mean, we will do a lot better now that I can actually fight it properly. But look, that's on me, right? I didn't really think ahead. Alright, round 2. This is going to go a lot easier now that we have this little, like, mana regen. Okay, Infernus. Let's see. So since you guys have already seen the beginning of the fight, I'm going to let you listen to the music instead of me. Like, I want you to appreciate what this mod comes with, especially if you're a console player and you don't really get to play mods. Hopefully, this gives you a little taste. Alright, so just checking back in. The fight's going pretty well. Hopefully you like the music. I mean, it's pretty good, actually. It's nice. When I'm not talking over it, I can actually listen properly. My voice is fully going, though. Like, I'm going to need a proper nice drink after this. But it's going to be worth it, boys, right? Once we crank this boss out, that's it. I'm going to go make a cup of tea or something. Alright, so there's a girl version now. She's just chilling around. That's cool. She kind of reminds me of the one I put in the thumbnail, and I'm beginning to think that it might just be. The thing is, on episode 1, I always like it to look really enticing, you know, to really draw people in with what the mod could contain. And that's the first, like, sprite I found, and I was like, yeah, that'll work. I don't even know what it is, genuinely. It was much like when I did it with the first ever Calamity series on the channel. I think it was the slime god we had in the thumbnail, and I never knew what it was. I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so clearly it's enraged, and it wants to do something else. So we'll see how it goes. Did the girl version disappear? Did she die? I was too busy thinking about slime god. But this fight is going great. I'm really pleased. Alright, third and final phase. I will kill you in my dying breaths. Yeah, good luck, fam. No way, mate. It's not happening. Alright, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Good luck with those dying breaths, though. Pretty hard to breathe down here, buddy. Okay, I want to capture the death on screen, so I'm just going to give it one of these. Whee! Oh, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. The screen shake was a pretty nice effect. Oh, wow. Okay. I see it now. What do you see? A new challenge arises. This is really cool. Like, this is a twist I didn't expect the mod to go in. I like this. You have a long way to go. Do we? Do we really? Oh, there we go. That was so sick. That was ace. I really, really enjoyed that. That was such a cool twist to end it with a little bit of lore. I really like that. That is... Oh, top notch, guys. Top notch. All right, well, I've opened this up. So what did we get? We got a deadly fire blaster. So I'm assuming that this just shoots bullets. So we'll check this out in the next episode. And we also got an Inferno heart. Equipable, ignites nearby enemies, blows up nearby lesser enemies that are on low health, and lights up the area. Okay, cool. Alright, pretty interesting. So I'm going to end it there, guys, because, of course, you can probably tell, like, my throat's going a little bit. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please help out the channel and give it a big fat thumbs up. If you've made it to the end of the episode, though, you've, like, you know, you've really helped the channel as it is. So thank you so much. Right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.